This is Joy News Today with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. In the headlines, interdiction of 3 top police officers suspended. We'll pick some legal views on the development. And Kwewu West Municipality records Africa's swine fever outbreak, with one farmer losing almost 600 pigs. We'll hear from veterinary officers in the municipality who are assuring of proper containment of the disease. Also, 8 million Ghanaians are illiterate, that they cannot read nor write. That's according to the Ghana Statistical Service. How does that affect anything in Ghana's development? We'll hear from thoughts of the development experts. Details of these stories plus business in this edition. Please stay with us. The Ghana Police Service has suspended the interdiction of 3 officers who were captured in a leaked tape allegedly plotting the removal of the Inspector General of Police, which is now a subject of parliamentary probe. In a statement dated September 7, the police has The police has indicated that the decision to suspend the interdiction, which was to make way for disciplinary proceedings in line with the police service regulations, was to ensure it does not affect the ongoing probe by Parliament. As such, the service noted that it would commence disciplinary proceedings into the officers' conduct upon the completion of the parliamentary probe. The 3 police officers were interdicted on Thursday, September 6, after a leaked tape emerged with the content suggesting a plot to oust the IGP, according to a former NPP Northern Regional Chairman, Bugri Nabu, who claims he recorded the conversation secretly. The officers are Director General of the Technical Department of the Service, COP Alex George Mensah, Superintendent George Lysander Asari, and Emmanuel Jebi. On Thursday, security analyst Adib Sani had said the interdiction of the police officers was ill-timed. Legal practitioner Kweku Pintil has been sharing some thoughts of the development. He spoke on the AM show.
Members of the police service, whatever was going on has nothing to do with the police, in the sense of whoever is trying to reach some understanding of events that have happened. So the whole inquiry has got nothing to do with the police in that sense, notwithstanding the fact that it involved police officers. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, the timing. Typically, we do interdiction, or interdiction occurs where prior to the commencement of proceedings or investigations into some disciplinary matters, it is determined that the continuing presence of the person whose activities have given rise to the investigation, his continued presence in office may hamper or affect the investigation in some way. Then the person may be required to stand aside for the period that the investigation is taking place, and not when the investigation has already started and midway. So that is the unusual part of it. In other words, if they really intended to interdict them, even as part of the investigation that was being conducted by Parliament, then it ought to have been done way before the investigation started. However, if you wait for the investigation to start and the people are midway and giving evidence and so forth and so on, then any conduct that seeks to give the public a different impression or picture of what is going on is an unnecessary interference in the work of Parliament or that particular inquiry that was being conducted. So that is what made the whole thing unusual and, in my view, unwarranted, having regard to the important part that even that inquiry itself had nothing to do with, it wasn't a police service inquiry under the Police Service Act or under the Police Service regulations. So that is why I thought what they did amounted to an interference with the important work of Parliament.
The Veterinary Office for Quail West has confirmed the outbreak of African swine fever in the municipality. A local farmer there has lost almost 600 of his pigs, worth 2.2 million Ghana cedis to the outbreak. According to the Veterinary Office, although the disease doesn't pose threats to humans, it spreads rapidly. The affected farmer, Dr. Kwesi Owusu, is worried that the situation could erode the economic gains of farmers in the municipality if not quickly contained.
Recently, we had some issues in our farms, and after a test was carried out in Accra, they find out that swine fever, African swine fever, this is the case that we have here. Up to date, we have over 530 pigs and piglets that have already died. Now we have only 20 piglets left in the farm. Now, I don't know what to do. All what I'm trying to do is to wait until the system will be clear up. I think the doctors have been coming here, the vets are here, and the directors are here. So we are waiting for them to tell us the way forward. Yes, I don't want to give up because, you know, I know that so many people have been going through such situation. But me, you know, I'll continue. Only if I get some support from various places. I know that it will help me to continue the farm. Now, when you look at the pig industry in Ghana, we lack a lot of meat. So if I give up, it will be difficult. So I cannot give up. The money right now, I can calculate that if I sell them, even each one, if I sell each one for even 3,000 or 2,500, I have lost more than 2.5 or 2.2 million Ghana cedis.
The Municipal Veterinary Director, Dr. Mark Owusu, is advising farmers to report any symptoms for swift action.
We've recorded the African swine fever outbreak on the 28th of August, so we are still on it. In the district, now we are at Akobo farms, and we've lost more than 500 pigs to the outbreak. The farmers, we are advising all of them to be patient and do not allow any new pig to come to your farm. Do not move your pigs. Do not sell the pigs within Quail West. We are organizing a seminar for the farmers, so we put them through all the do's and don'ts. But for now, they should all calm down. The situation is under control. Consumers of pigs, yeah, the virus does not affect human beings, so consumers of pigs are safe. Yeah, just that the farms that are affected, we don't want the pig meat to go outside due to the spread. It's not infectious to human, but it spreads so quickly, and when it gets to your farm, it will clear all your pigs within weeks. Okay. So we want to stop that economic loss. Even though it's not zoonotic, we are looking out for the economic losses.
Municipal Agricultural Director of Quail West, Francis Dobache, says his office, in collaboration with farmers, will manage the outbreak to safeguard the livelihoods of pig farmers.
We recorded the case of the African swine fever in Quail West, and in fact it's a big blow to us in the sense that our farmer, Dr. Kwesi Owusu, has lost in excess of 500 pigs to this virus. Though it's not harmful, it is not zoonotic, it is something we need to manage in order to contain it. And also, he was a nominee we shortlisted for the regional livestock best farmer for the 39th edition of the National Farmers Day. We were only waiting for the inspection team to come around to conduct the inspection, and this catastrophe struck. So in fact, this is a deep blow to us. I want to advise all pig farmers within Quail West that if you have pigs and you observe some unusual signs, please approach the veterinary unit of the Department of Outbreak. We also have our extension officers scattered all over Please let them know so we contain the virus.
This is JoyNews Today. We'll be right back with more stories. Welcome back. Now, contractors have arrived at the Accra Toll Plaza on the motorway to commence remedial works on the damaged toll booths there. The GHA gave the assurance 24 hours ago that it is clearing 3 out of 8 booths to enhance free flow of traffic and to avert further crashes on the stretch. Speaking to JoyNews Director of Safety and Environment at the Ghana Highways Authority, Joseph Achu Amejake, said the remedial works, which will cost the taxpayer some 1 million cedis, will last for about 2 weeks.
Exactly 24 hours ago, the Ghana Highways Authority, officials of the Ghana Highways Authority were here and gave us the assurance that today they would be here to commence their remedial works. Indeed, we are here at the Accra toll booth, and I have with me the Director in charge of Environment and Safety at the Ghana Highways Authority to tell us whether the work is actually starting today or not. All right, so we see you here today. Tell us, are we seeing work today? What are we supposed to see today here?
Yes, today, principally, we are here to introduce the contractor to the site, give him possession of the site, and to show him what he needs to do. So tomorrow, we'll see the real activity. We will start the real works tomorrow. But by this afternoon, we'll be mobilizing resources to the site for commencement of the works tomorrow.
This particular contractor you've brought to the site, what is it coming to do?
Yes, what we need most now is lightning, especially for the contractor who will be doing demolition works to work in the night. So principally, they are street light contractors. So they are here to install the street lighting facilities to enhance visibility at night and also to afford the contractor who will be doing the demolition works visibility in the night to undertake his work. So we anticipate that within 1 week, they should be able to fix the solar-powered street lights, both at the Accra end and then the Tema end. And then once they are finished, then the main contractor will be doing the demolition, will move in and then start his work. So we anticipate that within 1 week plus, at least we should get the work done for people to be able to use this facility in safety and efficiently.
So we are looking at maximum 2 weeks?
2 weeks. But it could be less. It could be less. If they are able to expedite the works, then the contractor is going to do the main works. I think within 2 or 3 days, it should be able to demolish the concrete facilities and slash some part of the canopy. And then,
so the understanding is that we have 2 contractors that are coming to work on this project. One is coming to fix the street light, and the other is coming to do the actual demolition of the work. How much is it costing us to do all of these things?
Just a little bit over 1 million Ghana cedis, and that takes care of the 1 million. It covers both the demolition works and the solar, the street light. So it's just a minor work. It's not major work that we are doing. It's just a minor work.
Okay, so beyond this work, after the 2 weeks, what is the next plan for the motorway?
The next plan is to also tackle the lightning along the rest of the motorway, and then also the design of the upgrading of the motorway from a 2-lane drag carriageway to 3-lane drag carriageway with interchanges at various points to facilitate interconnectivity. So we think that before the year ends, we should be able to finish works on maybe the design, and then thereafter there will be procurement, and then once the contractor is procured, then we'll see major activities in the course of next year.
What is the immediate plan for the potholes?
The potholes, I think plans are far advanced. Procurement measures have been initiated for selection of a competent contractor to come and fix the potholes. So I think before this month ends, we will see some activity to address all the potholes and make sure that we provide the road users with a smooth and safe road facility.
All right, so that is the Director of Safety and Environment at the Ghana Highways Authority giving us those updates. We also have the contractor who is actually coming to commence the lighting work at this particular spot to share some details with us. So we understand you are the contractor coming to work. Give us your name.
I'm Engineer Clenham from Prefos.
All right, so what is the work? What are you actually coming to do here? Share with us.
Okay, so right now we want to understand part of the usage of where our scope of work will fall. So you can see us from the beginning, we took some measurement. That is the emergency shoulder of the road. And right after the shoulder, we understand there will not be any utility there, so we can actually install our street lights there. So realistically, if we will start work tomorrow, but the installation team will be on site to mark out the pole positions.
So we see you are here, but we don't see any vehicle or equipment that you are coming to work with. Why so?
Yes, like I was saying, we want to understand what the client wants, and we also advise in addition. So from the beginning, we took the measurement, like I said, so we will then install our pole right after the shoulder, like I was saying. So that is why we are not here with any equipment now. Now we are now going to our drawing board. Our installation team will be on site to mark out again. Tomorrow they will be on site to start excavation.
Do we know how much the lighting aspect is going to cost the taxpayer?
Well, for now, the works department is the team working on the cost of that particular aspect.
8 million Ghanaians are illiterate. In other words, they cannot read nor write. That's according to the Ghana Statistical Service. 14% of this number live in the northern region. As the world marks World Literacy Day today, we ask how the Ghanaians or the Ghanaian situation affect development in general. We'll share with you the thoughts of development experts shortly, but first, here's some statistical information on illiteracy generally in Ghana. And the Statistical Service is reporting 8 million Ghanaians are illiterate, meaning they cannot read nor write in any language. And out of these figures, 1 in 4 persons is an illiterate. Now, 10% of these illiterates are concentrated in 9 districts in the country: Tamale Metropolitan Assembly, Nanumba North as a municipal, East Mamprusi Municipal, Sanerugu Municipal, Gushagu Municipal, West Mamprusi Municipal, Central Gunja, Ketu South Municipal, and Boko West. Now, 9 out of the 16 regions in Ghana had at least one district with more than half of its population being illiterate. Now, illiteracy not only limits the full development of individuals and their participation in society, but also has repercussions throughout life, affecting a person's family environment, restricting access to the benefits of development, and hindering the enjoyment of other human rights. And the analysis goes on that the impact of the illiteracy can be divided into the following categories: that's health, education, economics, and social integration and cohesion. Illiteracy among adults increases present and future socioeconomic vulnerability and is a significant factor in the reproduction of such vulnerability through children. And Nicholas Isaka Bana, who is a development expert, says the socioeconomic impact on the individual is vast.
Implications for health, for education, and for even the participation of such individuals in economic activity. And let me just share some experience from real on-the-ground work when it comes to development matters. So I have done some work in the past working with farmers, especially in northern Ghana. And there have been times when you are disseminating best farming practices, essentially to help them improve their yields. But then the reality is this. I mean, there are some of the practices that you go and you don't even have a local language version for the word you want to use. So invariably, maybe during training sessions, you may have pictorials just to ensure that the message is sent down there. So naturally, if you have anybody who has not got that literacy, then that really limits that person's participation in economic activity. And generally, when we talk about literacy, there are 3 elements. There's the reading, there's the writing, and then arithmetic. Very important. Addition, multiplication, subtraction. So once again, from my experience, you are working with people, they could be traders, they could be farmers, they don't know how to count money. How do they actively participate in economic activity? That becomes a major limitation. Then you add the new dimension of digital literacy, using mobile money and all these things, which now is very, very essential for financial inclusion. So it is a major issue. Those are the implications. What then it means is that for those people who are at the bottom of the literacy level, then essentially their quality of lives automatically will not be as much, all other things equal, than those who are fairly well literate. That is the implication.
But what can be done to close the gap? Kofi Asare is Executive Director of Africa Education Watch. He joins us via phone with more. Mr. Asare, we're grateful for your time here. But with the distribution of illiteracy, with 14% in the northern region, how does this impact generally on development, especially in the region and the country as a whole?
Well, there's sufficient evidence to appreciate that there's a correlation between one's level of literacy and their socioeconomic status. So if you have 7.9 million Ghanaians aged above 6 who cannot read or write or understand any language at all, including local language, then it means that such people are disconnected from a lot of opportunities that have a bearing on their socioeconomic life. And so it makes it important that we focus on literacy enhancement if we want to promote, poverty eradication, if you want to facilitate and promote digital financial inclusion in this digitized world. Obviously, you cannot participate if you are not illiterate. And so we need to do more in promoting literacy. I see an opportunity in technology. And I think it is time for countries, including Ghana, to leverage on mobile phone penetration, internet penetration, and technology infusion, and then deploy adult literacy and generally, school-based literacy programs within the population, so that we can enhance the ability of people to read and write, not only English, but also our local dialect.
Well, are there any existing strategies or programs in Ghana aimed at addressing illiteracy?
Yes, they are. Within the school environment, even if you read the context within which IMF program is supporting Ghana, the program appreciates that literacy standards, are low at the primary level, and recommends that government increase investment in primary education and improve the quality of teaching and learning. And so anytime government procures textbooks, anytime government deploys teachers to schools, all these are strategies to enhance the quality of literacy in our schools, beyond the formal education system. Also, government has adult and functional literacy programs deployed, through the complementary education agencies and other agencies responsible for delivering adult and functional literacy. We used to call it non-formal education. And so there are various agencies, both within government and outside government, that are, propagating literacy, developing literature, in various languages. Yesterday, I attended a program at the Center for Democratic Development, where the fundamental rights in the Constitution have been translated into Twi, and the document was launched yesterday. So there are so many initiatives, both by state actors and non-state actors, to promote literacy, not only in English, but then also in Ghanaian languages. But citizens will have to take keen interest in such interventions and participate actively, so that they will value and receive the benefit of knowing how to read, write, and understand their own language, and also English.
Right, and before you go, what role can NGOs and civil society organizations also play to help reduce the impact of this problem that we have at hand?
NGOs are more designed to deliver, to administer literacy enhancement programs than government, because NGOs are built as grassroots organizations that are closer to the people. They are at the community level, and they are more community-centered compared to government agencies that you will find in the district capitals at best. And so NGOs will have to invest more of that effort into functional, adult, and also school-based literacy enhancement programs. By collaborating with government, all the government agencies, including the compulsory education agency, formerly called the non-formal education agency. All these agencies have significant presence at the community level. And so such partnerships are very, very relevant. And that is why government, through the complementary education agency, under the Ghana Education Outcome Project, is supporting NGOs like Food for Life and other CSOs to support literacy and numeracy and then the propagation of foundational skills among out-of-school children in the northern part of the country and other aspects. And so a lot more of such collaboration will have to be promoted and prioritized if we want to see a reduction in the 7.9 million Ghanaians about who are illiterate in English and also in all local languages.
Grateful for your time here, Mr. Kofi Asari, Executive Director of Africa Education Watch. Now, some parents are raising red flags over the dangers posed by stalled 12-unit classroom block project to their children at St. Augustine Basic School in Nungwa due to limited space at the school with a population of 500. Junior high school students are being accommodated on a Presbyterian school compound elsewhere. A vehicle recently knocked down 2 of the school children crossing the busy Accra-Nungwa Road in search of a toilet facility. Tamaka correspondent Kwame Yanka has the rest of the story.
The St. Augustine Basic School 12-unit classroom block project in Nungwa started about 8 years ago under the then Lejokuku Krowo Assembly to replace the existing structure at the time over safety concerns as well as growing population. However, due to split of Lejokuku Krowo municipality into Lejokuku and Krowo municipalities around 2018, it says to have affected the pace of the project. Junior high school students of the school are accommodated at the Presbyterian school compound at Nungwa Mami. Past students and parent Sandra Otu, in an interview with JoyNews, shares how she is alarmed anytime the child leaves home for school.
He's currently here, but he has to cross the road to the other place because now the JHS are sharing with the Presby school. It's not safe because last time he came home and to give us complaint about his 2 mates being knocked down by a vehicle because of they have to leave here to the other side. And coming here today, I'm sad because when I was here, we have access to the toilet facilities and all that.
Some pupils are pleading with authorities that be to do the needful.
The school have no toilet. We have no toilet. Either when the teacher is teaching, we lose the teaching. We can't sit down and learn. So we need to go out and poo-poo. The time we will come back, the lesson is over. Our school is not completed. We beg him to come and complete our school for us.
When we are in school, others have running stomach, so they need to go out to the washroom. And something can happen to them anywhere. While the teacher is teaching, then we students, we are going out to visit the washroom. It's a problem which we are facing in this school.
School Management Committee Chair Paul Odum says the pupils are exposed to danger due to the uncompleted project.
They will be moving to the other side because the facility is here, and that is Nungwa Mami. That's where the school is. And because of this balustrade, we can't accommodate the P6 kids here. But it will be very risky to leave this balustrade here. If you can see them here, you can't leave the open space like this for these kids. And we don't want any risk or accident. And Presby too, they also need their building. So that's the reason why we want to maintain the case here as we are entering into the next academic year.
Assembly member for Nkpo electoral area, Labaran Abdullahi Osman, who doubles as the Social Services Committee Chair at Krowo Municipal Assembly, says several steps have been taken for the completion of the building.
At the Ghana Immigration Service, Universe Sector Command in the Volta Region have intercepted 80 slabs of substances suspected to be Indian hemp. The substance was intercepted at Atikpi, which borders Togo and the whole municipality. The slabs were concealed in sacks. Ivy Setoji has the rest of the story.
The Nive Sector Command of the Ghana Immigration Service has intercepted about 80 bags of suspected India hemp containing 80 parcels kept in Atikwi in the whole municipal of the Volta Region after a tip-off. The Nive Sector Commander ACI Alhaji Abdullah Zakaria in an interview with JoyNews narrated where the parcels of India hemp were kept.
We acted based on intel. We had an intel that the goods suspected to be Indian hemp were lodged at a particular place at Atikwe near the clinic. So we quickly mobilized our men, did it with Ghana Revenue Authority, that is Customs Division, and deployed them to the area. We got there, secured the grounds, and went searching and actually got the goods that were kept in 2 separate rooms. So what we did was to immediately convey the goods to the border post for safekeeping, and that is what we have actually done.
ACI Alhaji Abdullah Zakaria called for collaboration between the public and immigration in order to clamp down the menace.
Collaboration, we need their collaboration. This is a national security issue. Drug peddling is a serious crime, and we need collaboration of the citizenry so that we'll be able to arrest the perpetrators of this crime. And also we would like to plead with them, when they get the information, they should be ready to share it with us, and this could save our society, our children.
The acting Volta Regional Commander, Assistant Commissioner of Immigration, ACI Noah Ahomka Yeboah, who also used the opportunity to tour other sectors of immigration in the region, commended the men at Nive for the good job done over the past years and urged them to do more.
What I would say is that the men have done a yeoman's job, and this area or this sector, the Nive sector, which goes through Atikwi and Ojokope and others, right, they have consistently performed in terms of intersections. If you look at their records from 2021, there have been series of intersections involving narcotics, but this is the largest of it all.
I will be right back with more stories from business.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Chief Executive Officer of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, Kwesi Ajimambuzia, says the office is reaping from its sustained operational cleanup of revenue leakages and efficiency in operations. He says the authority is currently leveraging digitization to increase efficiency and revenue. He was speaking at a sword cutting ceremony for the construction of a new office complex at Dunkwa Onofing as part of DVLA's transformation agenda.
The last 6 years, the perceived most corrupt public institution has become best in administration and reforms, winning over 65 national awards in that period. In the last 6 years, under the guidance and leadership of one of your very own from Dingsha, Dominase, the Minister for Transport, Honorable Kweku Ofuria Siama, under his leadership, DVLA management has morphed from what was described as mediocre service institution to be the best state enterprise in customer service provision in 2021.
The office construction is scheduled for completion and commissioning in a year's time. Deputy Minister of Transport Alhassan Tampuli is excited at the new project.
Even more importantly is the fact that you are not just going to get an office, but you are going to receive one of the best experiences in the world as far as the services of DVLA is concerned. Communities or constituencies around this area, I believe not less than 20 municipalities and district assemblies would have to be relying on you. But what is going to attract them more is the quality of service that you'll be giving. So I don't need to go to Cape Coast, I don't need to go to Kumasi if I know that when I come here, I'm going to get the best of service delivery.
Motorists in the area are hopeful the new facility will ease access to services at the DVLA. Nuruddin Idris is local chairman of the GPRTU.
In fact, we were having it very difficult when you get a car to go and license. You have to travel sometimes I had to Obuasi or Kumasi or Cape Coast before you could register a vehicle. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, my brother. So this office is going to help us a lot. Most of us here, and then the neighboring district, and then constituencies close to us here.
For Joy News, Mona Lisa Frimpon reporting.
To get the impact of climate change on human health in various ways, the Coastal Community Resilience to Climate and Diarrheal Project says it is poised to build resilience and improve diarrhea management in coastal communities. According to research fellow at the Noguchi Memorial Institute, Professor George Ama, this is key to improve knowledge on community-based diarrheal management and response to climate hazards. He spoke to Joy Business at the annual steering committee meeting.
The Community Resilience to Climate and Diarrhea project aims to generate long-term data series to model the interactions between climatic, hydrological, environmental, institutional, and social-cultural determinants of diarrhea. Professor Amma said this will aid in assessing climatic and non-climatic determinant of diarrheal disease in coastal communities in Ghana and understand how they impact on diarrheal transmission.
Diarrhea is one of the major challenges in our communities, in our countries. It affects both children and also affects adults. The different pathways in which people come down with diarrhea, different pathogens that also involve diarrhea. And so what we're trying to do is to understand using the coastal population. So that why do you need a coastal population? Because these are the people who are being really affected with the climate change that is going on. All right, and understanding the pathway will help us to put in intervention programs that will help in ameliorating this issue of diarrhea disease in the communities.
Project co-lead Dr. Peter Sorensen explained the rationale behind the collaboration, indicating that it aids in understanding the transmission pathways of diarrhea in coastal communities.
I am collaborating with the University of Ghana because they are very high-skilled researchers actually, so we can make a kind of equal collaboration. It is very inspiring to have a project and then come here and then participate in the discussions and be close to the fieldwork that is undergoing here, and also the intercultural aspects is because researchers are cross-cultural. On the other hand, there are some cultural issues when you are coming from Scandinavian and then collaborate with the institute here. So it's very inspiring.
The study will focus on communities found along the eastern and central coastline of the country, which are the most vulnerable to sea level rise and flooding incidents.
More business news on the marketplace at the top of the hour. The news continues after this break.
Let's do sports now on JoyNews Today with me, Muftao Nabila Abla. Black Stars secured qualification to the next edition of the African Cup of Nations to be staged in Côte d'Ivoire after coming from behind to defeat Central Africa Republic 2-1 at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. Head coach of the team, Chris Houghton, said it was a difficult game and that his boys could have been more clinical in front of goal.
Yes, we could have done better first half, I think, maybe in our possession, and I think probably once we got into the final third, we could have been a little bit more clinical. But sometimes you have to wait for the game to open out a little bit to be able to use them spaces. So for me, it's always about the ending. The ending is that we won the game. I think in the end we could have won it more comfortably with more goals. So we continue to work. In international football you don't have the players for very long and the squad can change from one game to the next. So, but you do the best you can in the period of time that you have.
It doesn't go where you want, you know, and you can go 1-0 down, but we still have 70 minutes to play, and you know, never have to give up. That would be my way of thinking, and you know, I try to transfer it to the boys. And 1-0 down, I was still confident, you know, because sometimes you struggle to get in the game, and it's a bit difficult. Things are not going your way, but you still need to keep pushing. And even before the game, I told them that even if we go 1-0 down, we need to keep pushing, because if we get the first goal, we win the game, and that's what happened, you know. And that is football. That's the beauty of football. It's full of emotions, and you know, we're proud that we're qualified, because it wasn't easy. And
let's also hear from the head coach of Central African Republic, Raoul Savoy, who says his team deserved more than a point.
Because they fight the whole game, and yeah, we don't deserve to lose tonight. I think the draw will be more fair, because well, okay, you are qualified, you win 2-1, but you cannot be proud of your team, because this team is not playing football. So we play football. We are far better than you guys, I think, especially in the first half. Okay, we concede this 1-1 just before the break, and then in second half we push, because for us it was no solution. We have to score the second goal to qualify.
That's your sports for now. We do have more sports stories on myjoyonline.com. We appreciate your time.
Good afternoon, welcome to Showbiz here on JoyNews Today. Our musician Sefa has announced a new music is in the works. According to the Ichok hitmaker, she has a collaboration with legendary Freddie Motorway, soon to be released this month.
And actually I traveled, I go back not so long ago, like I was playing private shows, but now I'm about to release my third single of the year. Okay. It's titled Vibrations, featuring Midday. It's here exclusive on Joy Prime. Enjoy you. Enjoy you. Look at me. I don't even know what to say. Vibrations. Yeah. What inspired the whole vibration thing? So you know when we were growing up, we used to listen to this song, Zo Plazo, and I was like, I love that song. I want to do something with that song. But thankfully for me and my God and my team and everybody that's supporting me, I was able to get the legendary original artist on the song. Yes, on the main song. My label is going to be mad because I told you, but you're my girl, so no problem. I'm going to tell you this. We got that screen. Yes. So when are you releasing it? Do we have a date? I know that it's this year. Definitely. End of the
Now, after winning big at the Headies recently, Ghanaian musician Black Sherif is up for another nomination. The musician has been nominated in the Best International Flow category at the 2023 BET Hip Hop Awards. Black Sherif was nominated alongside acts from the world, including the late AK from South Africa, Centra C from UK, Gazo from France, J House from the UK, KO from South Africa, Major RD from Brazil, Niho from France, Sampa the Great from Zambia, and Tasha and Tracy from Brazil. Wendy Shea has advised creatives to get spiritual backing to be able to excel in the industry. According to her, talent is not enough. It takes faith in one's object of worship to complement their hard work.
Twisted, but every artist you see on top is never doing what they are doing carnally. I go by the mantra, work hard and have faith. Hard work goes hand in hand with faith. So after working hard, going to the studio, recording songs, doing whatever you do, you should also seek for spiritual backups. None of us do what we do carnally. It's either you are in the light or you are in the darkness. That is what a lot of musicians or the underground musicians don't know. It's either you believe in God or Jesus Christ or whatever you believe in to order your steps for you. I mean, if you do it with your natural strength, you will get tired and then you will get discouraged. But then if you believe and have faith in whatever you have faith in, your God will order your steps for you, and you should be able to rely on the wisdom of God to really order your steps for you.
On that note, we end Showbiz here on JoyNews Today. There's more Showbiz news in our subsequent bulletins. My name is Becky. Good afternoon to you. I'm Easy.
And thank you, Becky, for Showbiz. You also have sports and business. And that's it from us here on JoyNews Today. There's more news on myjoyonline.com. I am Amici Nyamiche Thompson. See you again next week.